In this video, we're going to show you how to replace the rear parking shoes on your Toyota Camry. Let's get started. Using a 21mm socket, remove the 5 lug nuts. Remove the wheel. Using a 14mm socket, remove the 2 caliper bolts. Pull the caliper off. We're going to hang this somewhere where there's no tension on the hose. You can use a hook if you have it, or you can just leave it right here. Remove the pads out of the caliper bracket. You may need to use a flat blade screwdriver. Using a 14mm socket, remove the caliper bracket bolts. Remove the caliper bracket. Remove the dust cap out of the rotor. Just use a small pick tool. If you're having trouble removing the rotor, you can go inside of here with a flat blade screwdriver and move the star wheel and loosen up the shoes. Remove the rotor. Remove the top 2 springs on the shoes and use a right angle pick. Do the same thing on the other side. We're going to fish the spring and plate out. Using a pair of pliers, we're going to grab the outside and we're going to push in. As we're pushing in, we're pushing our finger on the back of this middle pin to hold it in place. Twist the lock so the pin is in the unlocked position. Remove the spring and the top hat. Grab one more spacer. And let the shoe swing down. While we're here, we'll grab our adjuster wheel and we'll remove that. Do the same thing on the other side. Using a pair of pliers, we're going to pull the horseshoe clamp off of the bottom of the shoes. Remove the horseshoe clip, remove the pads, remove the pin, do the same thing on the other side. Using a wire brush, we're going to go around and hit any spot where the pad is going to contact this backing plate. We're going to go around and grease all of those touch points. Install the shoe under the parking brake lever. Install the horseshoe clip Pinch the horseshoe clip. Install the lock with the tab. Install the spring assembly onto the pin. Make sure it's locked into place. Grab the adjuster wheel. We're going to put a bit of grease on either end of this. There's a threaded side and a smooth side. On the threaded side, we're going to thread our pin in. We're going to thread this all the way down. On our smooth side, we'll have this little peg. Insert that. Install the spring onto the back of the shoe. Grab your other shoe and then install it onto this one. Install the spring onto the back of the other shoe. Grab the adjusting wheel, and we're going to put the smooth pin side on the front and the threaded side on the back. We're going to install that in between the two shoes. Just like that. We're going to install the pin and spring assembly. We're going to put the pin through the backing plate. And we're going to take our L-tab, put it in the spring, and then put our cap on. We're going to drop that L into that space in the pad. Install the plate. Make sure that the spring is on it. Line everything up and push the shoes together. Install the springs on either side, and I'm going to use a right pick to drag it over. Make sure that everything still lines up. Do the same thing on the other side. Install the rotor. To adjust the pads, use a flat blade screwdriver inside of this sight hole, and you'll find the star screw, and just adjust it until when you spin this, all you hear is a light scrape, just barely scraping as it's turning. Install the dust cap. Install the caliper bracket onto the vehicle and get the bolts started. Snug the bolts down. Torque the bracket bolts to 46 foot-pounds. Then install the pads into the vehicle. Grab your caliper from where it's hanging, pull it down, and install it onto your caliper bracket. Install the caliper bolts. Snug the bolts down. Torque the caliper bolts to 20 foot-pounds. Install the wheel. Get the lug nuts started. Snug them down. Torque the wheels in a star pattern to 76 foot-pounds. You're good to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.